Love is like you always want to be with that person, you know.
Do people know what love is today? And if so, what's their own definition? Well, let's find out in today's video. What do you think love is? What's your definition of love?
I think it's when two people like each other a lot, and yeah, that they would be like willing to do anything for one another, basically.
Do you think you could love a best friend?
I think being best friend and being in love is two different things. So I would say no. Because yeah, I think friendship is different than love, basically. I think we say it often, but like loving families and friends and everything, I think it's a different type of love, but it's still love because you care much about them, you know.
So, with love, would you have to do anything for the other person, or would you like? What would be the requirements to love someone?
It would be basically to, you know, really like them. You should be like attracted to them and everything, and yeah, I guess being willing to make sacrifice and yeah, wanting to do everything you can for that person would be something. Yeah.
What would be the difference between like a friend relationship or just a relationship between two people compared to love? Like, what's different about being friends to having a lover?
Being friend is you do like that person, but not in the same way. Basically, you see them, but not too often too. It depends, but like love is like you always want to be with that person, you know, and like there's a feeling that you have with that just go and yeah, I don't know how to say it else, but you know.
With love, you mentioned there's a feeling of love, right? Like maybe some like butterflies in your stomach, right? Or you just feel welcomed around in that area. Would that be a good definition of your love, right? Like butterflies, feel welcomed, you would like to hang out with them. Like kind of like a relationship, right? If you're a relationship with your friends, you would like to hang out with these guys, you love to talk with these guys, right? Could I share you my story real quick? A story of my life. So when I was little, my mother dragged me to church. I grew up in this like Christian environment, right? And I hated being around church people, and you know, there was a bunch of rules set laid out. You don't like following the rules? Do you like following the rules? Yeah. And like around 8 years old, I actually lost my dad to cancer. He died from that.
Sorry.
Yeah, and it was a hard moment in my life because now I have a single mother that's trying to provide for me, and there's a lot of money struggle because of all the bills from the hospital, right? And she was still dragging me to church with all these rules. And when I became 12, 13 years old, I was trying to find out my personality, right? Have people like me. I want people to like me, try to find who I am. And that just ended up people bullying me for who I am and trying to fit in with society. But I got invited actually to this place called youth group, and youth group actually changed my life completely. And it was like this environment in church, but I didn't know how to feel about it because I hated church, but they invited me to church, and there was this food and games, and when I was welcomed there, people loved to talk to me, and that was an experience that I liked. And it was kind of like this love feeling that you get, right? Where, oh wow, I'm welcomed here, right? People come up to me and talk to me, kind of how I just came up to you and talked to you, and you guys are hanging out here. And I didn't really like listening in, right? Because it was all about this God talk and all these rules and whatsoever. But after tuning in a while, I found out relationship is more important than following these strict rules. And I found that Jesus is the way to life, because he wants to have a relationship with us, and he wants us to be with him, right? It's not about following these crazy rules of life where you shouldn't do this, shouldn't do that, shouldn't do that. Yeah, we know not to kill each other, right? But the point is that God loves you, he sees you, and he wants to have a relationship with you. And you get that love experience. It's actually described, God's love is greater than any other thing in this world. And I actually got to experience God's love. Isn't that amazing?
That is good. That sounds good.
That sounds good.